we were joking earlier, and I was like saying I was trying to research you, and I was going on Facebook, and I was kind of giggling to the team. Is it because she's into cybersecurity, she knows all the challenges? And there is some sort of truth to it, though, right? I mean, you've got a professional profile on LinkedIn, but your personal profile is not the same. So is that something that you think people, I mean, would that be one of your advices? Like, be careful with what you're putting out there, because a lot of people are using Facebook to start up their businesses. A lot of people are using Instagram to start up their businesses. So I mean, how do you deal with someone who's got that thing where they're using their personal profile to start up their business, but also they've got the security risk of people taking advantage on them personally?
Yeah, so I guess like there's nothing wrong with, I mean, it's also an important, especially now, like when people have to do things differently and use these tools, and they are great business tools, so let's use them. But just be aware of that if you use it as a professional profile. Don't put your birthday or home address or family connections on there, because nobody needs to know that. And it's sort of, the same with what we teach our kids, like, unless you're happy to print it on a t-shirt, don't put it on social media, because that's how public it is. Even if you think it's in your private network, it still is totally public and it will stay there forever. So just be aware of that, limit what's out there about you. And then I guess that brings me to the sort of third point that we always say, and you mentioned it as well, is your username and password, like your digital identity as such, whether that's your Facebook account or your email account or whatever, work account, whatever it is, that makes up who you are, and that's what they're after. So a lot of people, they still ask me, they say, Anna, I don't care if somebody hacks my email account. But what they do with that is, think about how many other accounts you can sort of reset your passwords on using your email account. Think about all the contacts you have on there, or your social media account. They use that to then spread their malware or their scams via your profile, because I'm more likely to trust if it comes from you. So it's really important to keep your username and password safe. And the way you do that is through the means of a password manager. Like, it's impossible to teach people how to come up with long, strong passwords. Our human brains are not made for this. So use a password manager. It's really simple to set up, and it creates unique, strong, long passwords. And then also on all the critical accounts like social media, email, finance, etc., set up something called multi-factor authentication. And that's
multi-factor.
Yeah,
so
that's
like where you do the cell phone and the email. So it's multiple.
Exactly. Yeah,
okay.
You can download an app like Google Authenticator, for example, and it generates these one-time passwords, like little tokens that change every 60 seconds. And if somebody were to steal your username and password, they also have to steal that one-time password.